Here's meteorologist Derek Sibley with your local Weather Authority forecast on Fox 24 News AM Live.
Before we get to that live interview about Real Women Have Curves, which I'm super excited to talk about, we do have to do a full weather forecast for you because there's a lot going on, especially with Hurricane Dorian.
Yeah, Hurricane Dorian located north of Puerto Rico, and it does pose a threat to our friends and family here in Florida as well. Looks like this could be a major impact here for the state of Florida, Clark.
Yeah, I remember you were talking to your mom online just yesterday, telling her, hey, you need to stock up on things like water and first aid kits and all the necessities before heading out.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a very good point, Clark, because this is not something to be messing around with. In fact, if you know anybody that lives in Florida, you may want to check up on them, make sure that they are stocking up and preparing, because it looks like the latest forecast track from the National Hurricane Center is still showing that this will be intensifying, and not only that, but tracking its way off towards the west and potentially impacting the east coast of Florida. So let me show you what I'm talking about. We'll go ahead and run this computer forecast model for you. It's going to move its way off towards the northwest. You can see it strengthening here because it's kind of consolidating a little bit, if you will, right about here where it's more symmetrical. That means that the storm here is starting to take shape and strengthen just east of the Bahamas by this weekend. Now, as we head into Sunday, notice it's really beginning to intensify because we have this red shape here. A red color is indicating that the stronger winds and lots of heavy rainfall with the storm. And as we head into early next week, it will continue to march its way closer and closer to the state of Florida, potentially making landfall as strong as a Category 3 hurricane, potentially on Monday night. It's going to be a nighttime event here for our friends and family in Florida, and that's probably even more scary because you really can't see anything when it's at night. So that's the current indications are this could become a Category 3 hurricane, and it will probably track its way closer off the west coast of Florida too. It may be an impact here for the Gulf of Mexico. That is far away though. We'll continue to watch that, but the main threat is damaging winds and of course the heavy rainfall in the state of Florida. No threat though to West Texas, and right now we're not seeing any weather threats of our own. Yesterday we were dealing with the thunderstorms. Now we're nice and dry out there. We got high pressure and control in the upper levels of the atmosphere, giving us the really nice and sunny weather. So here's what we are talking about today. Very warm temperatures out there. We mentioned that the dry air in place, but we haven't talked about the cool down. I'll get to that here in just a little bit because temperatures are going to make it feel like it's really nice out there, maybe even a little bit of a taste of fall weather here. So we'll take you hour by hour throughout the day. Clear skies still persisting. Now we can't rule out the possibility of some thunderstorms developing down towards the Pecos and Mountains region today. Everything beginning to take shape, especially by 7 o'clock in the evening before everything begins to die down by this evening. The basin here still looking really clear out there here throughout the most part. Taking our way into Friday, you can actually see that we still have the thunderstorm chances persisting down towards the Marfa Plateau. Meanwhile, the basin still looking cloud and rain free out there, and this will continue well into our weekend. So it looks like we're in for another good weekend ahead with some cooler temperatures. I'll show you what those look like here coming up shortly. However, we are still in this significant drought across West Texas. Anywhere you see these darker shades here indicate that we have a moderate drought, even up towards La Mesa where we have a severe drought. So we need the rainfall big time still in West Texas, down towards the mountains and Trans-Pecos. We still can't escape the drought. We're in a moderate drought all the way up in Presidio, and of course along the Pecos area we're still into that dry category out there. So we'll take any rain that we can get out here. Southerly winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour today. It's going to help warm up the environment for these temperatures to really warm up around here as well. A little bit breezy as well as we head into the afternoon today, and it looks like these breezy winds will continue well into our afternoon as we head into tomorrow as well, and then turning a little bit more out of the southeast here around 10 to 15 miles per hour by tonight. So with these high temperatures today, this is about 6 degrees above the average of 92, but at least we're nowhere near that record of 106 degrees. Good news there. Take a look at your rainfall totals for the month. We're still about over an inch below the average, but as far as your yearly totals go, we're still actually above an inch here for those yearly totals, so that's good news because we need the rainfall out here. 90s today for that official forecast, and just a couple of passing clouds. Your winds here out of the south around 10 to 15 miles per hour. So here's your 7-day forecast for you. Today we expect the temperatures to be about 98 degrees, a couple of passing clouds. That will persist well into tomorrow. And as we head into this weekend, temperatures still remain into the low 90s out there, so it's going to feel nice and cool here for this weekend. And those cooler temperatures will be sticking around for next week as well. It's still going to be dry and mild out there, but at least we're not dealing with those triple-digit temperatures and upper 90s. We just got to get through today and tomorrow, Clark.